So my message today is building bonds that boost business. I know you guys are, this is kind of the theme this year is really all about how do we do that? How do we kind of maximize those sales relationships? And so that was kind of the theme of the message that I, of course, want to deliver today. I also want to say thank you. I know last night Phil gave me a great kind of validation. I wasn't there to hear it, but I heard great validation. So I appreciate you, Phil, for saying that. And so very, very proud that we were able to get the Global Gurus Sales Trainer of the Year, which very excited about that. Jordan Belfort got number 2, Wolf of Wall Street, and Grant Cardone got number 3. But the reason why I think that's a big deal is because Jordan Belfort is a con artist and a crook, and so I'm glad that the good guy was able to beat the devil, and so I was really excited about that. So I'm very proud of that. But also, Warrior Selling just got ranked number 1 in the world, which is pretty cool. And then Leadership Sales Coaching, which is what your sales managers go through, also just got ranked number 1 in the world. So we're kind of like we have like a sweep. So we have all 3 awards right now, so we can't actually get anything else. I appreciate that. Yeah. So, but the reason why I say that is it's actually more of a award for you than it is for me. And I know that sounds kind of a weird thing, but the reason why I'm able to get that award is because you guys push me so much. The reason why we get the award is because my number 1 obsession in life, as you guys know, is what is the number 1 problem that's preventing you from having a 100% conversion rate? And I want to solve that for you, right? What's the number 1 problem that's preventing you from a 100% conversion rate? And I want to be able to solve that for you. And so I'm super obsessed with that constantly. And so this Global Guru Award was not based on my popularity. It was based upon my effectiveness. It wasn't a pay-for-play award. It was strictly based on a bunch of kind of third-party people that decided to kind of measure based upon the results and based upon the effectiveness. But again, iron sharpens iron. You guys heard that before, right? So the reason why I was able to get that award is not because I'm kind of creating content in a skybox. It's because we get to work with you. It's because we get to constantly be challenged by you, and you're constantly coming to the table on a weekly basis and saying, hey, can I just learn how to sell next to this busy street? Can I just learn how to sell and convince them to buy phase 2 when they want to buy phase 3? Can I just get them to buy this certain location? Can I just get them to say yes to this or say no to the incentive across the street and say yes to me? Are those the kind of things you guys deal with? Yes, all the time, right? And so it's because of that constant challenge that you guys do with us is what honestly kept me on my toes this past year, and it's because of that is what made me create leading edge relevant content. So I really say that I like the abuse. I really do. I like the challenge. So every single week, you guys keep giving it to us. Your obsession needs to be the same with my obsession, and that is what is preventing you from having a 100% conversion rate. So the obsession should always be is that we either get a contract or you tell me the reason why. I either want a contract from you or I want to know the reason why. I want a contract, I want to know the reason why. Why do we not get a contract? That is the goal. And if we can constantly be obsessed with, what is it? What's the reason why the person did not say yes? Then we can give you the mindset, process, and language in order to solve that problem next time. Are you guys with me on this? Okay, so we really are a team. We are a team in this. You just have to give me the answers. You have to give me the problems. You have to give me the intelligence for me to write the curriculum for you. But again, I'm telling you right now, I've been so proud of my curriculum that I've written the last 12 months, but it's because of how much you guys are okay, how do I solve this problem? How do I convince them to do this? I just heard one recently that was insane. It was because of the whole Canada, America thing, and someone was about to move to Florida, and then all of a sudden they're like, well, maybe I should now, or have a part-time house in Florida. And it's well, what if I can't get across the border because of Canada? I'm whoa, that's a whole new problem I never heard before. So it's so I really like being challenged on this kind of stuff because I'm okay, I might be stumped for the first time, figure it out. And so I was able to figure it out. And obviously the answer, you guys probably already know, the answer is step 1 is suppose you could move to Florida, then would you? And suppose you weren't worried about getting across the border, is this the house for you? And so first you have to kind of make the main thing and make it about that. And then we can worry about providing certainty for them with all the stuff that's really going on. So again, I just want to say thanks for that, and I really appreciate that. And so again, my message today is around building bonds that boost business. And so many of you guys really know me, and so I really was okay, what am I going to tell you guys today that you don't already know? And so I decided, you know what, I'm going to go vulnerable. Can I go vulnerable today? Okay, I'm going to share some stuff with you that you don't actually already know about me, which is kind of crazy because I've been with you for so many years now, and so we'll kind of push the envelope. So I did share some of this stuff with Mary, and she's like, you're going to tell him what? And I'm going to tell him this, I know. So that's how it works. All right, so here we go. So this is an AI version of me, okay? So I went to AI and I said, here's a picture of me. I literally uploaded a picture of me to ChatGPT, and I said, 'cause I couldn't find an angry face picture of me when I was a kid, and I said, so what would a strong-willed child version of Jason Forrest look like when he's like 8 years old? And this is what it came up with. So it's pretty good, pretty good. It's like it's a cross between Jason Forrest and Josh. So you guys that sound good? So I don't know, we're like the same. Okay, so anyway, so I was a strong-willed child when I was a kid. Any strong-willed children here? Okay, so, and then interesting, raise your hand again. Look at that, guys. So those of you who are recruiting managers, those of you who are sales managers, those of you who are trying to like find the next top producer, I think you should find out if they're a strong-willed child or not. Because what I'm learning is that the odds of a top producer being a strong-willed child is like way greater than a top producer being an obedient child. Isn't that interesting? so like strong-willed children, like it's a really kind of a cool thing. Like they either become entrepreneurs, which is really a salesperson. So they become like me, they become an entrepreneur, or like you, or they become a leader of an organization because they're strong-willed and they have their own definite purpose. You know, one of my favorite books of all times is Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich and the Laws of Success. And of course, he says the most important thing in life is having a definite purpose, right? And that goal clarity of this is what I want to achieve, this is why I want to achieve it, how I'm going to achieve it, and this is what's important to me. And so from an early age, that strong-willed child is really just a definite purpose. And it's like the matrix is all around me, and the parents are telling me, oh, you do these things, and they want me to go left, and I want to go right, and I just don't want to do that kind of stuff. And you guys with me on this? That's a strong-willed child. So strong-willed children are pretty cool, right? Because they either become like super successful entrepreneurs, they become sales warriors, or they become drug dealers. Like there's it's really like one of two paths, right? So fortunately, I did not become a drug dealer, even though I definitely had some kind of choices along my life that made that go. So my favorite publication in life when I was a kid was not Napoleon Hill and Think and Grow Rich and all these kind of books that I read today. Today I read a book a week, but it wasn't that kind of stuff. My favorite publication when I was a kid was Thrasher Magazine. So you guys ever read Thrasher Magazine? It's phenomenal. It's a phenomenal magazine. Anyone? A couple people? Okay, so this is my favorite publication when I was a kid, when I was like less than, let's say, 14 years old. I was obsessed. I was a skateboarder. If you can kind of picture me, I was in all black. I had a side spike. I was from the 80s, and so I had a side spike. We're all black. I literally found this book one time called The Anarchist Cookbook from a gun show in Texas. Back in those days, you could just do that kind of stuff. And so I found this Anarchist Cookbook, and I went and got stuff from the grocery stores, and I literally made bombs, and I blew up my kitchen one time. I also got in trouble. I also got caught shoplifting one time. I had a 2.2 GPA, and I was a strong-willed child, right? I just was like, I don't agree with society. I'm kind of an anarchist. I kind of want to do my own thing, and I don't really like authority, and that was my thing. You guys picture me so far? Okay, so that was really me. But fortunately, I had a patient father. This is my dad. This is Jim. So this is my dad, and he's 86 years old. I'm 46, and so he had me when he was 40, and he was a very, very patient father, and it was really great. And which is really the only way you can have a strong-willed child is to be a patient father. And that's a good, actually, lesson for me because I, of course, have been blessed with also a strong-willed child, and his name is Saunders, and he's named after me. That's my middle name. And so I have to remind myself how my dad raised me in the sense of being a very patient father. What do I mean by that? Is if you have a strong-willed child and you're like constantly like, you're wrong, don't do this, don't be an idiot, you're hanging out with the wrong kind of people. Does that work? Oh my gosh, it does not work, right? And so I'm learning the hard way with that, and I try to do everything in my power sometimes to like just fight my son and tell him stop being a moron and stop making stupid mistakes, and it just doesn't really work. I even tried so hard I sent him to military school for a year, and that actually backfired. He came back worse because he was like, I'll tell you, Dad, I'm going to do even more bad things. So he went to military school and learned even more bad tricks. It was not good. So anyway, so I decided, okay, you know what? I'm going to be a patient father with my son, just like my dad was with me. And my dad was a very, very patient father. So what does that mean? It means he really didn't fight me a lot because, in life, the more we resist, the more we persist, right? And so he knew if he would have fought me, then I would have persist more, and I would have stolen more, I would have done more bad things, I would have just been more of a rebel. And so he's like, I can't really do that, so I just kind of had to be patient with him. And so what he'd do, he would drip on me. So what does that mean? He would just constantly influence me or encourage me and introduce me to things that I didn't really pay attention from a conscious mind perspective, but I paid attention to it from a subconscious perspective. So for example, anyone heard of this book before? It's called The Silva Mind Control. Anyone heard of this book? Yes, a couple people? Awesome. Okay, so it's a very classic book. If you haven't heard it, take a picture of it. Definitely listen to this book. So Silva Mind Control is like the original gangster of mental toughness. It really is. It's the original gangster of mental toughness. It is like the beginning book that is all about like your thoughts and your imagination and how do you get into a good dream state. It's all about beta frequencies in your brain. It's about baller mindset and delta frequencies and theta frequencies is transformational and how do you get yourself in a hypnosis state in order to accomplish all these things in your life. And so this is the kind of stuff that he was really into. And so we would go road trips and so forth, and he would have these cassette tapes, and he would like listen to this in the car, and I just, you had to listen to it, right? So back in those days, you had no iPads, you had nothing else to do, and so you literally just had to like be subjected to what your dad was playing in the car. You guys with me? And so as much as I was like, Dad, do we really have to listen to this horrible stuff? This is such bullshit, right? I want to listen to this kind of stuff. And he's like, son, just listen to it, right? And so I was like, oh my God, it's so annoying. And so I'm like resisting consciously, but fortunately, I'm listening subconsciously. Are you with me? So I'm resisting consciously, but I'm listening subconsciously. And I share that with you because those of you who do have strong-willed children, just know that if you can kind of just introduce them to these things and you're patient with it, and you just constantly kind of saturate them with these kind of ideas and concepts, and you don't force it on them, it will kind of subconsciously start to kind of creep into them, which is a really good thing to do. So.